Hey, welcome to our Albany Brew Crafters video with me, Chad, and Alex.
How we doing, guys?
You got a couple of your homebrewed barley wines here?
Yep. Yeah, these were, I remember the first time I brewed one, somebody was like, that's gotta be the most expensive. This is when I still brewing extract beers, so
Right.
they're extract barley wines. It's like a British barley wine style.
And what year is which one?
This one is 2011, and this one is 2012.
Okay. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the 2011. For the profile malts, I used three-quarters a pound of chocolate malt, a quarter pound of chocolate wheat malt, and then 8 pounds of Alexander's liquid pale malt, and I think almost 3 pounds of dry malt. Yeah. Or 5 pounds, excuse me.
Now, is this extract too? Brew
Yeah,
style?
it was all extract.
Now, was this a kit or was this something you put together yourself?
No, I grabbed a bunch of ingredients.
Cool. Challenger hops, Cascade.
Yeah, I mean, it's got 6 ounces of hops, but I think this one came in around like 13.5%, so
Wow.
6 ounces on 13.5%.
Your gravity was 1091.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the final gravity was 1006.
I didn't even know it was possible to get less than 10. What kind of yeast did you use? WLPO 99?
Yeah, I used the super high gravity yeast.
I haven't heard of that one, but I haven't done a big gravity beer. But anyways, getting back to the, I don't want to. It's gonna take forever. We go over what the thing says, but it's gonna dig right in.
Yeah. Take a sip. Enjoy.
Yeah. It's very. It kind of tastes like a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, it's got like almost like a graham cracker kind of taste to me. Almost like, I don't know. I know there isn't any cinnamon in it, but to me it's got like that kind of.
There's definitely a little bit of phenol from the alcohol.
Yeah.
And it's a real gentle warmth. Although it's I would say like 2.5 years or so.
Yep.
Yeah, I would never think of this as 13%. But yeah, there's some candy taste. It's definitely toffee.
Yeah.
Probably that liquid malt extracts probably account for a lot of that.
Yeah, it's like I said, I was surprised I didn't get like a darker color on it because I used 3/4 a pound of chocolate malt.
Yeah.
But I think it was all of the.
That's probably accounting for it's pretty brown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of a mahogany color.
Mhm.
Now that it's warming up and I'm like getting into it, it's starting to get like that extract twang to it. Yeah, for an extract barley wine, this is still really good. I'd probably give this like at least an 8.
Okay.
You can still enter this in any homebrew competition and you're probably going to score anywhere from high 20s to low 40s, I think, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, both for longevity, being able to not, because I've had a couple batches that I bottled, and after a couple months, I would find I was opening them and they would really rush.
Yeah.
And just like all of a sudden, there's beer just
Yeah.
all over the place. But I think that this one still pours pretty good. I know that first pour you had was a little foamy, but it still carbonated really nicely. And I just used plain old caps. I didn't use like their special caps for like low oxidization caps.
See, the bottom is like so opaque with yeast.
Oh yeah. Well,
All right, let's take a break and we'll come back with the 2012.
Cheers. Yeah, this is
dark barley one.
Yeah, it was the same recipe as the last one. I guess I did things a little differently. Instead of going so heavy on the liquid extract, I went heavier on the dry extract, so there was 9 pounds of dry
Wow.
and 4 pounds of Alexander's pale liquid.
Right.
And for the profile malts, I changed that up a little bit. I used a pound of honey malt, quarter pound of caramel, half a pound of unbitter dark malt, and a quarter pound of chocolate malt. And it's pretty different, you know. I mean, it's the same hop profile. It's more or less the same recipe, but
What's funny though is that it's actually a darker color.
I know. Well,
This one's more highly carbonated though.
it's more highly carbonated. It didn't ferment out all the way, and like the other one fermented out to 10:06. This one fermented out to like 10:28 or something, and I think
your gravity was higher, 1098.
yeah,
Wow.
the gravity was higher. You know, the recipe was a barley wine, but I've been calling it an old ale because old ales generally they don't ferment out quite so much,
Yeah.
and they stay a little bit sweeter. I mean, I know the barley wine was very sweet too, but
Yeah, I've of the few old ales I think it was like Hair of the Dog, like Fred or whatever. You ever had that one?
I haven't had that one.
It has a similar characteristic to this one, especially like that foamy mouthfeel and that kind of like astringency to it.
It kind of reminds me of Bell's Third Coast Old Ale, like with the sweet kind of flavor to it. But you know,
I still get like kind of cherry on this one.
yeah.
There's a little bit like the toffee from the barley wine, but not as strong. This one's definitely more bitter.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, it's more than a year younger, so around a year younger.
Yeah. I think the other one was like a lot smoother.
Yeah, the other one was a lot smoother. This definitely has like like you were saying, a more bitter. You can taste the hoppiness. I don't know. It's funny. It's the same amount of hops, the same hop schedule.
Yeah. I think it's just the base recipe.
Yeah.
And was it the same yeast? That high gravity?
Yeah, the same super high gravity yeast, the 099.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. I like the other one. The first one better.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think this holds a candle. It's very different. I'm glad I almost dumped all of these, and I'm glad that I didn't because
Yeah.
I think it's drinkable now.
Yeah, it's definitely drinkable.
But that other one, that was my personal favorite beer that I've brewed out of all my batches, and this one.
Oh, the Heady Topper Clone was pretty good too.
That one was good. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to my next 2 pale ales because those have a lot of potential.
All right.
So, all right, guys.
I guess that wraps it up. Thanks, Alex, for coming over.
Thanks for
homebrews.
going through the little review with me here, Chad.
Yep. And stick around because we'll do an interview now.
Okay.
All right. Cheers. Bye.